Welcome to the Australian Business Executive Podcast, where we speak with Australia's most influential industry professionals on the business and economic development issues taking place across the country. You can stay up to date with all our content, including our magazines, podcasts and videos by visiting www.theabe.com.au and clicking on subscribe.
Today's guest is Moreton Bay Regional Mayor Peter Flannery, a former Australian Army soldier and long-serving local councillor. Peter Flannery's career has been dedicated to serving his country and community. A local of 26 years, he's helped Moreton Bay to become one of the fastest-growing council regions in Australia and is committed to openness and transparency within the community, especially in relation to planning and development. Mayor Flannery, thanks for speaking with us today.
Thank you.
So, give us an introduction of the Moreton Bay region.
What often surprises people is the Moreton Bay region is the third largest council in Australia with more than 460,000 residents. It's also one of the youngest super councils in Queensland after amalgamating in 2008 from the former Pine Rivers Shire Council, Redcliffe City Council and the Caboolture Shire Councils. And we share a border with the Brisbane City Council to our south, which is a great strategic asset for our region, to be so close to the international and domestic airports, which are only 25 minutes away, as well as the Port of Brisbane, which is 40 minutes away. To the north lie Sunshine Coast Regional Council and Somerset Regional Council to our west. Geographically, our region boasts some of the most beautiful built-up coastal suburbs in the state along the Redcliffe Peninsula and Bribie Island. We have pristine bodies of water from the Pumicestone Passage to the popular Moreton Bay. That's where the region gets its name from. Out west, we have the scenic hinterland trail beginning at the Sanford Valley in the south and weaves itself north past the iconic Lake Wongbar, over Mount Mee and out to Woodford, home of the iconic Woodford Folk Festival. Overall, the region spans more than 2,000 square kilometres. And given our huge population trajectory, it's no surprise that the building and construction sector is currently one of the biggest industries, followed by health and care services and fruit production.
And what would people be surprised to find out about the area?
Well, although we're one of the younger council in the region, we're also home to the oldest European settlement in Queensland, being Redcliffe, which was first established by explorer John Oxley back in 1824, before it was decided Brisbane would become the capital. Moreton Bay is one of the biggest contributors to the Australian strawberry market. Queensland supplies 40% of the nation's strawberries, and a large bulk of those winter crops come from here in the Caboolture region. And perhaps the region's worst kept secret is that Redcliffe is home to the disco legends, the Bee Gees. Council has immortalised the trio at a famous BG Way down at the Redcliffe foreshore. Thousands of visitors flock to the region each year to uncover the roots of the Australian music icons.
I wasn't aware of that. So the reason you're speaking with us is to tell us and the rest of the country a little bit about Moreton Bay. So what's been happening up there lately?
Yeah, well as being the third largest council in Australia, we're also one of the fastest growing. So population-wise, we're larger than the Australian Capital Territory, we're larger than the Northern Territory combined, and our population will surpass the state of Tasmania in the coming 20 years. And to cater for this growth, we aim to build enough housing to fit an additional 240,000 residents over the next 25 years. And this is in line with the state government's expectations outlined in the South East Queensland Regional Plan. So this is a massive opportunity for us both economically and culturally. Moreton Bay has long been a council area defined by many unique communities spread across the region. It's something we love, and we also think it's time Moreton Bay forged its own unique identity as a whole. Establishing a collective identity will help drive that growth in a sustainable way and shape what future development looks like. Economically, it's a defining moment for us to expand our existing workforces and also create entirely new industries by attracting multinational and national businesses, while also incentivising startups and small businesses locally so residents don't have to travel for their work.
What sort of projects are taking place at the moment that's leading to your region's growth?
Well, one of the ways we've already begun catering to this growth is through the delivery of the Moreton Bay's first full-service university campus at the old Petrie Paper Mill site. We partnered with the University of the Sunshine Coast, and with contributions from the federal and state governments, we officially opened the campus in March this year. This is a fundamental foundation block in the region's expansion, It not only provides a huge economic benefit to the region, but it gives future generations a direct pathway to fulfil their dreams without having to travel outside the region. It also means we can attract the brightest young minds to our region, but the university campus is just the beginning of our plans for the overarching site dubbed the Mill, Moreton Bay. The Mill is a 460-hectare state government priority development area with huge economic potential. Most people don't know that the developable land is 50% larger than the CBD of Brisbane. We have plans to turn into an innovation hub that will support thousands of new jobs and create brand new industries worth billions of dollars to the local economy. In order to guide this development, councils established in the Millivate board over the site, which will have qualified experts with appropriate skills to ensure we make the right decisions to develop the site, to protect land, but also create an economic powerhouse of local jobs. We've also worked hard to turn this site into Australia's leading koala habitat program with the Endeavour Veterinary Ecology. So the EVE has achieved a 22% increase in the koala population at the mill each year since the program began in 2017. At the start of the project, there were 45 koalas identified on the site, but as of last month, we have counted 86 koalas with 27 dependent joeys. So this is one of the fastest growing urban populations of koalas in Australia.
Interesting. Yeah, it sounds like you're alluding to that now. So do you want to talk a little bit more about the growth in your tourism and what awaits visitors to the area?
Yeah, as the region's name suggests, we're blessed to be positioned on some of Queensland's most accessible and beautiful bodies of water in the Palmerston Passage and the Moreton Bay. We are an excellent destination for all water sports, fishing, seasonal whale watching, and beach forward driving. Couple that with our close proximity to the Brisbane and Sunshine Coast Council, we're fast emerging as one of the strongest drive tourism markets in southeast Queensland. So the industry is worth $1 billion to the local economy each year. That's why we're also making inroads to developing our scenic Hinterland Trail into a must-see destination. The council is investing $250,000 this financial year to investigate the hinterland tourism potential from the Sanford Valley through our breathtaking mountain ranges to Woodford. We want to inspire locals and travellers to get off the Bruce Highway and explore Moreton Bay by building architecturally amazing lookouts in panoramic locations around our region. The strategy will also focus on accessible tourism, as we know there's a huge market for this, and we want to make Moreton Bay one of the most accessible destinations in Australia. So we'll also be looking at our capital investment is required to enhance our tourism potentials.
On the other side of that, I've been informed that the region is a hub for small business owners as well. Is this true?
Yeah, well, Moreton Bay has been a long place of opportunity for local small businesses, but we want to ramp that up through our host of initiatives delivered by this new council. In my first address to council as mayor, I delivered a 10-point plan to help the economy overcome coronavirus restrictions. Part of that was commitment to deliver an economic development strategy within the first 100 days of this term, which is due in August 26th. This bigger, bolder and brighter blueprint will drive the creation and economic development for the next 20 years. We are home to 33,000 small businesses, the highest per capita of any local government in Australia. We want to help existing businesses expand and attract new businesses to the region to create more local jobs so locals spend less time commuting and more time at home with their families. We know times have been tough for some, so our recently delivered budget will provide stimulus for the local economy with $220 million in capital works program, $23.9 million in coronavirus stimulus initiatives, and $1 million to outsourcing design projects to local businesses. So I'm probably the most proud of our new local procurement policy that really aims to help local businesses, not just through this pandemic, but into the future.
And before we wrap everything up today, is there anything else that you haven't had a chance to address or would like to share with us?
Well, Moreton Bay is one of the most exciting regions, not only in Queensland, but in Australia. We're absolutely open for business and expansion as we aim to support our growing population. This is something we want to deliver in a sustainable way and with the collaboration of the community as we forge an identity for our emerging region. Our lifestyle is the envy of many, surrounded by the beautiful hinterland and the coastal reaches. It's in a place to raise a family, do business. So if you're thinking about a new location for your company, or you want to be part of an exciting innovation precinct at the mill, give us a call. We'd love to have you.
Mayor Flannery, thanks very much for your time today.
No worries. Thank you very much.
This has been a production of the Australian Business Executive, a division of Romulus Rising Proprietary Limited. All rights reserved. You can stay up to date with the Australian Business Executive, including our magazines, podcasts and videos, by visiting www.theabe.com.au and clicking on subscribe.